Started up Thursday morning here at the sawmill. Got in. I'm waiting on another gooseneck load of logs to come in so I can finish this deal and get paid for them. But what you see laying right there is a semi-truckload of logs that come in all the way from down by Knoll. And a lot of them, actually that's the second semi-load of them, and then got a little jag coming to finish it up today. But these logs ain't very good. You see that right there, where that's cracked around that, it looks like it's cracked and broken in the ring. It's not good. And that one's, the heart's discolored, so it's got another problem or two. I don't know what all the problem is with it. Same on both ends. Doty holes in the sides of them in places. Just ain't very good. And this is called shake, or that's broke in that ring. And then they call this heart rot. More shake. A lot of shake in those logs come in from down there. One on the bottom down there, so the pile. The center of it's doty on one end. And I was really looking to buy tie logs. Just need a bunch of them that'll tie. Another one right there's got a bunch of shake in it. That one's got shake in it. Of course, these are the ones I've sorted off, but I've added more. I probably added a whole nother pile the size of the piles that was already here. And then I got all these that's laid out. But these ones that's laid out is not quite as bad. There'll be several in there in my tie. That first semi-load, and he probably had between 50 and 60 logs on it. And there was only 11 of them that would tie. Just not very good. And that's the bad thing is right now that I can't hardly get rid of any that are not ties. The other markets I've got have really slowed down. Sometimes that happens right after first of the year, and people do business like crazy at the end of the year, and then first of the year they just don't have much to do. But what I really wanted to say was that logs are a lot like people. Some people on the outside, this log up here on top, and right there, it doesn't even have a limb on it. The outside of it looks pretty good. It's doesn't really look like there's anything wrong with it, but then on the inside they have these broken spots. They might have a little heart issue, like that. A little heart issue like that. I don't know what causes those heart issues except for living in the world we're in. But identifying with other people's brokenness, where they're broken, or where they have things that come in from the outside, like the way this limb grew, it almost looks like it come in from the outside, but that was where the middle of that tree came out. You might find some people that's a lot more broken than others. That log right there has got that shake all through it. For anybody that cares, what happens when you try to saw one of those logs like that into any sort of lumber is everywhere that's broken, the annual ring, the boards will fall apart. They come into two pieces. And a lot of those we just can't do anything with but make firewood. It's almost the 1st of March, so the firewood thing's going to slow down considerably from now on. But then you'll find people who are like this log right here. The only reason this one probably wouldn't tie is probably because it's too small on the small end. But that log has a lot of stuff on the outside of it that looks bad, but the inside of it's fine. And I want to tell you that the likeness is that this log we was looking at down here could be like a lost person. And in our world, it's easy for a lost person to look fine on the outside. There's no limb at all on that thing on the outside. But then on the inside, they're broken. And this is a heart without Jesus. But then you never really know till you go looking at one like what that log up there is. It's got a lot of stuff on the outside of it. A lot of things that look like problems. But the real thing is that the heart's good. And that's a life with Jesus. Jesus don't take you out of your problems, but Jesus gives you the right solution for your problems. And there ain't nothing wrong with the heart on that log right there. It's not perfect, but it sure is acceptable. If he just had enough size to him, he'd make a tie. Yep. Well, probably got my little loader warmed up by now. I could start sorting some of these logs. Would have been easier to do this yesterday, but yesterday was Wednesday and I have church on Wednesday nights. Unloaded these after 3 o'clock yesterday, so had to wait till today. And the reason yesterday would have been better is it froze hard overnight. Now all this is going to be just like a rock to drive on with the skid loader, but that's all right. We'll get her took care of. Thanks for watching my videos, and we'll catch you on the next one. Got some other things coming up. It's a little different. We might be working on today, so see how that goes. Maybe I'll get some more put up. Till then, this is Paul Casey, and I'll see you on the next one.